So, hi everyone, welcome to the Codebase YouTube channel, and let's get started. So, in today's video, I'm going to show you that how you can boost your productivity using AI tools like ChatGPT and Gemini to make a super productive um, product project that you can use in your daily life as well. So today my goal is to creating a goal tracker application. So goal tracker application is going to be like a so that application we are going to use to store our daily, weekly or monthly goals or something like that, so that we can just need to fill a form that will contain some information about that. We are going to plan this goal for maybe after 1 day, 2 day or 3 days. So that is our deadline or something like that, and we are going to put some details in that tool, and that tool is going to be allow us to keep that goals in our track, something like that. So yeah, let's get started. So basically I'm gonna create an experience cloud website. So that website I'm gonna use to uh, show the our tool. We can also use the some kind of app launcher or something, but I will prefer the experience cloud. So here I'll go to the all sites first of all. So yeah, here we go. And all sites, we have already created a website called with name the goal tracker. So as you can see here, so I'm going to show you in the how it looks like. So I've also created some components which I'm going to show you, and this is how this website is going to look like. So this is the only thing that I have put it till now, like this: hello the user, this is your header portfolio. It has a part, hello user, this is the functional part of your application or something like that. Some so for building the UI part, I'm gonna definitely use a chat gpt to saving my time in putting some html css code. Definitely in the javascript part, I'm gonna use my own thinking that how I'm gonna customize my application and with the functionality. So yeah, so here we have created an a component with name goal tracker. As you can see, there are three components basically: the goal tracker home, in which I'm using the header and the main. So main is going to be the part where we are gonna put the code of the application. Header is going to be, the header, how it looks like, and the home is going to be the main component which you're gonna use. So let me show you the code. Let's jump to the code. So yeah, here it looks like the code basically. So we have the three components. The first is the goal tracker home, which simply has a two component, the LWC component, which I'm going to use: the goal tracker header and the goal tracker main. So the header has nothing, but I've just put some text to show you, and the same for the goal tracker main as well. We have nothing to show you right now. So I'm going to jump to the chat gpt. I'm going to write some prompt to see that how it responded, and we can use the chat gpt to make this project and save our time. So you can try after this as well, and I'm going to provide the code to you after this project completion. So yeah, in the first video we are gonna make it in such a way that we will be only storing the data inside our browser, not in the Salesforce server. So that we can do in other videos. And if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, go to my YouTube channel, the code base. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, go search code base and you will see this YouTube channel. So yeah, okay, so let's get started. Let's jump to the chat gpt part first of all. So I'm gonna write the prompt in such a way that I want to make a app, web app called goal tracker, which will basically going to track my tasks, and I need to show status as well of the task. Please write LWC code along with HTML and CSS by which I can use this tool directly. So it's seems very broken. This prompt seems very broken, but yeah, I think ChatGPT should be able to understand this. So we have this code that you can see, this code tracker.html, and yeah. So let's see. So I'm gonna copy this HTML part first of all. I'm gonna put it. So I'm gonna put it inside the main, definitely. Yep. And I'm gonna save it, and let's see how it looks like. So let's jump to the browser screen. No. So I have put it the code, and after putting the code, I have let's jump to the browser screen and let's see how it looks like. It's just an HTML part, so I won't expect too much, but still let's see how it looks like. So it is not showing anything. I'm not sure. Um, so I've saved this code of mine. And yeah, if I go over here, let's see the preview first of all. So it says that you do have some errors, so I need to check the code. It is there are very high possibility that ChatGPT will not be writing too much good code, because we also have not used the JS part as well. So let's use the JS part for now. Let me put that. So as you can see, I have already added the code. So it has some errors. It says that should be imported from LWC. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So we are gonna import L API wire and track. So yeah, it is deployed. Let's see how it looks like. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. This is very generic UI, you can see, correct? If I putting some task name or something like that. And also this has provided some CSS code which I also need to add. So let me add the CSS code as well. I'll go to the CSS file I have, and I'm gonna put that here. So yeah, let's go back to the browser, how it's gonna look like. It is actually showing me some errors again. Can I read the properties? I'll see that later. So it says that no task available. If I go to the previous screen, if I add the task name is test task, and I say that add task, it says it is in pending. I can say in progress, in completed. That UI looks very generic. So if I say that I'm working on something, let's suppose making video of how to use AI tools to boost your productivity in Salesforce. Let's suppose I'm doing that, I'm gonna add it and it is going to show that it is in progress, and I can also mark it as completed. Yeah, so yeah, it looks very cool, but I don't think the UI seems to be looking very good. So I'd rather choose some other stuff like this. I would say that this UI should be looking different. So the header part for now I am going to remove because it looks very odd over here in the code. So let me first of all go back to my home, and here I'm gonna remove this part. So basically I've commented the header part for now, and I'm gonna reload this. Alright, so how it looks like. It looks very kind of simple thing. So I don't want that UI actually. So I want a button to click. Whenever I'll click on the button, it should show me this um, form, which is going to be a goal tracker for adding a new goal. And after that, when I'll adding, I should have three screens splitting. Like this one should be in the pending, or I would say new state. This one should be in progress, and this one should be like completed. So I divided in the three sections. So that's what I'm gonna tell the chat GPT. So I want to, my screen is visible, customize this UI in such a way that it should have a button called add new goal, and that will show a form, and that form should contain task name, task description, and status should be by default pending while creating, and also there should be three sections in my UI to show every type of task, like pending, then in progress, and completed. And on completion of any task, it should show a message that you took this much time to complete this task in hours, and for that capture initial time while marking it in progress. So yeah, let's see how it's gonna respond. So it's taking time. I don't expect it's gonna fail. So we have this HTML code. First of all, let me replace the code. All right, we have the JS code as well. We have the CSS, it's writing currently. All right, so everything seems to be done. So I'm gonna simply copy the code from the HTML. So here we are in the code editor. I'm gonna paste my CSS code first of all, then I'll copy the JavaScript part, I would say, and in the JavaScript part I need to replace this code only. right? We have extra. I'll simply format it, use inside the code editor. Yeah, and we have the HTML part that I'm gonna copy, and I'll replace that. No, no, not in the header actually. I'm gonna close this header, and I'll replace this inside the main. Okay. So yeah, let's see how it looks. How it looks like. So I've replaced all the code. Now I'll go back to my browser. I'll check the preview. I'll click on the preview screen, so see that if it does not have any error. So I would say whenever I'll click on that, adding a new task, temporary, and oh sorry, and I'll simply add it, and once I'll click on the start task, it should be in the complete task completed in 0.00 hours. So yeah, it looks now really good, like that. If I can add a new goal, adding a new task, temp 2, it should be temp 2. So I'll click on this. Yeah, completed in 0.00 hours. Yeah, that's really cool. Also I want I need to make some changes again, but that I'll do later. So yeah, this is in pending, this is in progress, this is in completed. So we need some changes inside the UI, that we are showing these card to show the heading, description or something, that we need to make some enhanced UI or something like that. So for that I'll go back to the chat GPT and I'll update the code. I'll ask him to update the code. So in the cards which we are using to show the task, it should be more attractive, and the title, description, and timing should be looking good. And also, while add new task button should be in the right top with a icon of plus, and also how also what else we can do. Let's see. So we have this goal tracker, we have this in the titles of this pending, in progress, and completed. And also title of pending, in progress, and completed sections should be highlighted and should be looking good. And also use a new component called task card to show task which can be reused. All right, so let's see how the chat GPT gonna respond for that. Okay, so it's working on it. Yeah, let's see. And yeah, we also need to create a new component. So for that, let's let's jump to our okay. So we have this task card is export include CSS. So these two for showing the UI. Yeah, so we have this. I'm gonna jump directly to the code, and it is done with writing the code, I think. Yep. So I'm gonna simply copy this and putting it here. Here I am gonna search the task card to open the JS file as well, and I'm gonna copy the JS code and I'm gonna save it. Yeah, I'm done with the saving. Now I'll go back to copy the extra code of first of all CSS. Then we have this code of JS. We have this HTML code. Let's see. It is taking some time to deploy. It might give error. No, it's not giving error. So yeah, for now let's jump to the this UI part. So yeah, let's see. Alright, so if I'll go plus, I'll say the task name temporary task name desk. I'll click on the add task. Okay, complete task completed in 0.00 hours. It looks good, but yeah, I don't think there are any such things that we can here are some areas to improve. When I'm clicking on the plus, it should be inside a card first of all. So when I click on, okay, I'm not showing my screen, is it? Okay, so here we are. So basically how it looks like. So when we are clicking on that task temp, I'm gonna click on it at task. It's first of all it's in pending. I'll say that start task. I'll say that task temp complete task. So yeah, it is completed. But there should be some way to differentiate between these tasks. So it might be possible that I have not copied the CSS part of the task card. When I click on the plus icon, it should open the form in a modal. You can use a different component for that with name task form modal, something like that. So let's see how it gonna improve our UI first of all. Oh yeah, let's wait. Alright, so it's like writing the code first of all, the goal tracker. So yeah, and we at the end we will also go through the code that is there any area of improvement that we can do from our own, and I'm gonna explain you the code as well. It's not like that in the video I'm gonna totally use the chat GPT as well. We should have the understanding of the code that we are writing. Then we have the JS part that is also completed. Then we have this task form model. It actually use the same name that I provided. It's not using his mind. Alright, so I'll jump back to the code editor and gonna click on the new component, which is this name. And okay, so we are gonna use the lightning community defaults, and I'll jump back to the editor here. So we have this code. I'm gonna simply put this code. I'll task form modal, we have the JS part as well, so I'm gonna copy that, and yep, then we have the CSS, yeah, we have the CSS as well. Also I'm gonna deploy that code first of all, then I'll go back to this main.html. So yeah, I have put it all the code in the task form modal. like HTML, CSS, and JS. Now I'm gonna go back to my goal tracker main.html where I'm gonna put the code of this that ChatGPT provided us. So I'll go back to this HTML pass. First of all, I'll copy that code, and yep, I'm gonna copy that code, and I'll go back to here in the HTML part. Then I'll go back to this browser. Then I'll copy the JS goal tracker.js. I think I need to change something in this. I'll copy this from here like that, and I'll go back to my code inside the JS. As you know, I'm not using that in such a way, so yeah, I'm gonna deploy that. Alright, so it's deployed. Alright, so I'll go back to my UI part and I'll reload that how it looks like. Alright, so whenever I'll click on it, I need to jump to the preview. I'll click on it. It's going to be adding a new temp task, adding a new temp task. I'll click on the save, start task, complete task. Yep. So so we need some more improvement. The card which shows the details of task in different section should also have a card effect. There is no CSS applied in component. What is the component name? It's task card. I don't know how much ChatGPT gonna understand my situation, so let's see. So it's improving some code and has improved the JS, and it is writing the CSS part as well. So here I'm gonna copy this first of all. I think it's done with writing the code. I'm gonna copy this the task card. I'll jump back to my code editor. Here we have this HTML path, so I'm gonna copy and paste. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna copy the paste and JavaScript part. I'll go back to this HTML part. While I'm copying, I'm not sharing my screen, so you can think it like that. I've shared task card. Yeah, we have the CSS as well. So I'm done with that. I'm gonna share my browser screen now. Yep, here, and also I have all right. So let's see how it looks like. So it looks very quite decent now. Let's see. All right, so I'll jump to the preview. Okay, task name temp, task name temp. Yeah, it looks really good. It looks really good. So I'll simply click in progress. Completed. It completed in this much hours. So if I go to this, how it looks like as a guest user, if I'm a new person, that there should be some gaps as well. So for that, what I'm gonna do is I'll back to the builder. I'll go here. I'll style it, and I need to make some changes in the margin. I'll say from the top it should be 10. It should be in the RAM actually. RAM going to be really too much. I'll say it should be 1, and in the padding I would say it should be in the RAM, then I would say 0.5 or something. So yeah, it's look good now. Let's see, it's getting applicable here. Yep, I'll go here, adding a new task, adding a new task description, and also I can expand this one. So yeah, when I'll click on save, it should look like this, and we have this pending, in progress, and completed as well. So I'll mark it as in progress. So I'll say that yeah, it's in progress. I'll say that it's completed, then yeah, it's completed. So yeah, I think we have completed most of the part. And if I'll change it to in progress, pending, so we have something that we need to change. If we are changing, we should not be able to change the status after completing a new task. If we try to change, it should give us a message that yeah, try to complete and try to create a new task or something. Okay, after completing a task, I can still change the status, which is not expected. Whenever user will try to change status, it should give a message that something that user should create a new task. They cannot update already task, and I need one more thing in this app. It should ask user their name, website for the first time, and save that information in cookies or browser storage, and use that when they will load the browser screen again and show a greeting message to user with good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, to according to the current time and time zone of browser. Okay, so let's see how this application, how the ChatGPT gonna respond for this prompt. ChatGPT is taking time to process my request. All right, so let's see. All right, so it understood that whatever I want, and it's gonna update that information. So first of all, it's gonna update the task card.js, and I'm not sure if that's the only. So we have a new component called user greeting. All right, so I'm gonna create that. So let's jump to the code and let's create a new component called user greeting, and we are gonna use it to lightning community. Yep, so we have created that. Let's see what else we have. We have this user greeting HTML, CSS. So first of all, I'm gonna copy and put the code of this user greeting. We have user greeting.js. While I'm copying, I'm not sharing my screen, so I'll show you the code after putting. So I'll go back to this user.js. So I've saved the user greeting component. I'll jump to the task card now. I'll copy the task card. Okay. Sorry. .js. Okay, that's the only update we have in this component. So let's see how it looks like while we are using this application. Is there any crash or something? Okay, task. All right, so we have this in progress. We have this completed. If I try to pending in progress, should why is this happening again? If I miss something, we have user greeting HTML. We have this JS task card where we are using, if I'm not wrong, okay, where we are using this new component. You have not. So it's very obvious that even the chat GPT or AI tools can make so many mistakes. So you don't need to panic about that. You just need to give one more prompt so that the chat GPT can do this new things to you. Okay, so for that I'm writing a new prompt that where we are using this new component you have created, and also I'm still able to change the status after completing the tasks. And also please add a new option while adding task that about category. Yeah, and also put a filter of finding task in all sections according to the category I have chosen. Yep, so let's see how this gonna behave. ChatGPT is again taking time. Fixing status change to completed task. So it's again gonna disable drop down for completed task. Okay, then we have this taskr.html, then we have adding category in the field task form model, then we have implementing category filter in goal tracker.html. So it's actually doing something different, or goal tracker.html. I don't understand goal tracker. Is there any I think the HTML part is seems very incomplete, and goal tracker.js, it's actually extra code. I think it's an extra code putting a filter in the goal tracker.html, and so inside the goal tracker.html it's a user greeting that we need to do. So first of all, let's okay, one more thing I need to ask. So for this code, actually, where do I need to? Is there any way to ask? Do I need to add this code? Please provide updated component code. So as long as you're gonna jump into this chat GPT discussions, it's even gonna confuse your itself. So as you can see, it's also confusing himself to understand that what I'm going to say, I wanted to say. Okay, So first of all, let's change to the task form model. Let's see how it looks like. So yeah, I'm gonna jump to the code here. You can see my screen of that. So I'm gonna jump to the task form model, and here we have the JS code of the task model. I'm not sharing my screen, I'm just copy and pasting the code. And then we have this okay, so we have this goal tracker updated code as you all right. So first of all, I'm gonna see that if I'm gonna update the task form modal, how it's look like. So here we have this task form modal. I'll go back here and I'll see that how it looks like. So I'll shift to the preview screen. I'm clicking on the plus. It still says that as you can see that it made so many mistakes that it's showing that form in the same screen. Correct. So that is also a kind of problematic situation. Let's see if the same thing is happening in the here as well. So yeah, it's showing the same in the not in the model. It's showing that in the same screen. So the so I'll go back and I'll see. So for sometime in that case, you need to figure out that what you need to do. So I have reverted the code first of all for this task form modal to check that. All right. So what I'm gonna do here in this situation, you even might confuse the chat GPT. So in that case, what I would highly prefer you to do, first of all, go back to your chat GPT and understand the how what code it actually provided you. And in that case, you need to take your own decision. So let's say it is showing you input, it is showing you text area, it is showing you the combo box. So just copy that combo box code, okay, like this, and I'll go back to my part where I'm using this. It's actually using some header, footer, lightning button, text area, and I'm gonna paste this over here. All right, so I've copied and pasted this. Then we have the button as well, so I'm not gonna use that lightning model body. All right, so I'll simply gonna save it first of all, and I'll check that how it looks like. So I've updated the code actually in such a way that so I'll simply reload that, and while clicking on it, as you can see, it is showing me categories, but there are no options. Why? Because I have not completed the JavaScript code, as you know. So we have this track task category that I'm gonna paste inside. So let me show you my coding screen as well. So here we are. So first of all, I'm gonna paste this task category, correct, and I'll paste some more code, which is like the category options we have. It's basically a const. It should be const, but no, it's fine. And we have to change make a handler of the category change. After this, once the category will be changed, it should be able to handle, and it is going to put that value in the task category. And after that, we have the handle save. Inside the handle save, we are no, we do not have the handle save. We have this method called save task. So for the save task, and we have the task details we are creating. We are basically dispatching the events, and we are putting the name, we are putting the description. We need to also all right, so I'm gonna do it like that. So yep, it should be look like this. Then we have task category, task description, task name, and the task details. We are dispatching the events. The event should be captured by that one. And if you close, then we have the close model as well. So the close, we are going to use the same. Okay, so let's jump back to our code. Yeah, let's see how it looks like. So I'm going to simply click on the plus, and I can see that it's related to work, personal, or what. I'm going to put something values, and I'm clicking. While I'm clicking on the save, it seems like that it is throwing some error. So yeah, let's go to the console while see that. So all right, so I've understood that the custom event that we have implemented has a different name. So if I go back here, I'll see that it was the save, and we have changed it to save. So I'll go back and I'll change this name as save. Simply, the custom event name has changed, so the capturer will not be able to capture the event. So yeah, I'm gonna revert the screen, and here I'm gonna reload again, and I'm gonna click on the plus. Then we have the work category. I'm gonna save it. I'm able to change it again. So I'm still able to change. So for that, ChatGPT also provided us the updated code that was in the it should be here actually. Disable drop down for the completed task. So what it is doing, we have the status option. If it is completed, then the task status should be completed. Handle status change. On the handle status change, if it is completed, then show the alert and then simply return. Yeah, so this is how it will going to do. So we are going to copy this code, and I'm going to update inside my goal tracker screen. Basically it should be done in the task card, I guess. Show error message, action no allowed, you cannot change. It's actually dispatching an event, and that event dispatch should be captured. All right, so I think there should be some changes needed to be done. So actually here it is saying that we are going to show some alert and something like that. Status change we are showing. All right, but inside this code I can see what it is doing. If it is completed, that it says that show error message. Then we have this toast action not allowed. You cannot change the status of the completer. Please create a new task instead. And then variant is error. So who is going to capture this? First thing is, so I'll go back to my goal tracker main where we are using this task card. So that's actually here we can capture this. So I'll say this on, and we have this task card, the um, dispatch event, that new show toast event. And I think it's going to show the toast event, but inside the experience cloud I think showing toast are not allowed. I think so. So that's the problem actually. So rather than that, they have created a component with called um, it's when I said that it's not working or something like that, it updated the code again. I need to ask that again. I'm still able to change status after updating code. When I'm changing status sorry after completing my task, I should not be able to change it again, and if I change, it should show me a message on a model error component, which will be a model, and it should show me that you cannot update the code, update the task. And let's see what it is gonna give you. So first of all, it should be updating, creating a new error model component, error model, sorry, not error model. So that's I'm gonna create. So I'll go back to this new lightning component. Here we have this lightning default lightning page. All right, so I'm gonna jump back to this error model code. Here we have the HTML part that I've updated. Here we have the JS part, and we do not have any CSS part, so I might understand that it's not needed. Then we have the task card where we are gonna show this updated code. So the task card is basically shows this UI. So basically we need to add this code, and I'll go back here. Let me show you that which code I'm talking about. So here if I understand that we have this one, then we are gonna update this. It is going to, we are gonna add an error model inside this component, and this task card should have a JS. It is going to basically dispatch a new event, status change. So whenever the status is going to be changed, this error message is going to be thrown. If show error model, um, close error model is completed, handle status change. Okay, if it is completed, then show error model is going to be true and return. When it will be true, it is going to be appeared automatically, and once it will be appeared, we should have a message. All right, so I'm gonna copy this code. Let me show you that how it looks like. So we have this form model. It is in the task card. I'll go back to the task card. After that div, I'm gonna paste this code, and inside the JS, I'm gonna copy the JS code as well. And I think there should be some changes actually. All right, so we have this. All right, I'm gonna save it. Let's see how it looks like. I'll go back. I'll see that whenever I'm loading the screen, it shows me the same. I'll say that yeah, this one work. It should be pending to in progress to completed. While I'm doing the pending, it says the modal. It is showing inside this screen, which is kind of unexpected. So we have this error. It should be appeared on the top of this screen. So that I might need to understand why it's happening. So for that, I think we need to change it from our end. So yeah, I think that we need to do. So we'll not take a help of ChatGPT for that. We'll understand that how we can do that. So we have this show error model. All right. So I'll create a new method over here. Show error model. So like this, it's going to be dispatch a event that error model. When inside the details, we should have the errors and other things. That how I'm gonna use the error message should be like you cannot. So I'll use this error or something like that. So yeah, we have this error, show error model, and we are gonna simply call this show error model rather than marking it as true. So I'll show error model does not needs to be trackable, or it's gonna simply call it. So for this we don't need a method. So show error model is going to be like this. So we can simply remove it from here as well. And after that, whenever this it will dispatch a event, it should be go into this main component we have, because we are using the task card here. So I'll say that on so basically the error event name is error model. I would say that on error model, it should call a method that show error model, and show error model is going to be a method over here where I'm using this event to capture the message. And I'll say that I'll simply check if I can show this alert event dot details dot message or something like that. If I'm not wrong, it should be like event, then we have detail, then we have this error. All right, so inside the details, then we have this error. So let's see, I'm also gonna use the try catch block because I'm not a chat GPT expert or something. So I'll say that if we do have any error, I'll say that show that error. So we have this try catch block. I'm gonna do it like this. Failure is not a valid attribute. C task card all attributes should be in the lowercase. Yeah, definitely it should be in the lowercase. I'm gonna save it. So we need to update here as well. It should be error modal. Yep. So this is how it should be look like. So whenever I'll open this one, I'll go back, I'll put some dev details and I'll mark it as directly completed. So as you can see, while I'm changing it, I'm not able to. So you cannot update or completely define a new task. So whenever I'm gonna show it like this, so in that case, what I'm gonna do is I'll go back here. So for that, where we are showing the task form model, so I'm gonna use that actually. If true, show error model, then I'm gonna use this one. So we should have this error modal. I'll create a variable with the track. It should be like currently it should be false. So whenever we are gonna show that show error modal, this dot show error modal true should be true. Once it will be true, we'll be able to show the message, and we should also have a track error message which is currently going to be blank, and then we will also update this dot error message to these details, and I'm gonna remove this alert and I'm gonna simply save it. And we have this on close model. We are gonna use this like we need to create a method called close error modal. So basically what it's gonna do, whenever we're gonna hit the close button, we are gonna mark it as false again. It should be false again, and here we are marking it as true. So yeah, so basically let me show you what code changes I have done. So basically here, as you can see, I was showing the alert. So rather than alert, we are going to show this error modal, show error modal, and on the close we are going to do this. And here we have this message, we are going to get error on the show error modal when it's going to be hitted on the event capturing from where we are going to use the task card basically on error. So that's how it's going to be. For the completed only we need it. Okay, so on the error modal we are going to use that, and where we are going to show the error modal with the error message, and then we have the close error details, close error model. So we are going to click on the close button. From here we have the error modal. On close model it's going to be close. So yeah, let's see. So I'm currently going to reload the page. I'll click on the plus. I'll simply choose work category, and whenever I'm gonna do that, it's failed. Let's see the error. It says that t.apply is not a function. Array for each. So yeah, actually I've understood what was the issue. Let me show you inside the code editor. So basically the problem was that we are using the show error modal and it's actually a method, and so we had to change this name. That I also need to change from here as well. So yeah, I've changed it from here as well. So let's go back to the screen. So we should have a, so we're going to mark it as completed. We are going to mark it as, so as we can see we got the error, you cannot update the completed task, but it's not actually a modal. So when I click on the OK button, it's not closing. So that we need to figure it out, that why it's not closing. So I'll go back to my code editor. I'll see that this error modal is what exactly it's doing. It's so I'll go back to this task form model. That's how it looks like. So I'll say that this error modal is not showing in the model form. So I'll go back to my chat GPT here. I need to take the help from chat GPT. uh, error modal component is not showing in form of modal. So it is going to be update the component. I asked the correct question, I think. So it's updating the code again now. Task update error model body, you cannot update it like that. Yeah, so I'll go back here and I'll say that this is the error model. I'll go back to the CSS part, that is also needs to update. I'll go back to the task card. What it's doing is it's dispatching is actually saying that modal dot open. So what open is going to do? So what it is going to do, um, let's see. Alright, so I was able to fix that issue. So let me show you that what was the issue. It took some time, so that's why I had to. Alright, so that's the issue. So basically we were using some different classes, but we had to use this SLDS model classes. So we had to use the section and this dialog SLDS, and everything was working. It's actually fine, but the problem was this one, that we had to use the div which is actually going to be using this backdrop open. So this is actually responsible for making this tab index in such a way that it will override the current UI. So that's how it works. So yeah, currently let me show you the how actually implementation it looks like. So if I'm gonna change this to completed, you cannot update the task or something. So I'll go back and I'll personal, and I'm gonna in progress, then I'll mark it as completed. So you can see I cannot differentiate meanwhile. So I'll go back to this here and I'll click on this pending. You can say you cannot update the completed task, please create a new task instead, and here you can see the close button as well. So yeah, it looks quite well. If I say that we have this so if I create multiple tasks, so this is how it's going to be look like. We have some pending tasks, we have some in progress tasks, we have some completed tasks as well. So yeah, that's it for this video. And after some time, like in this next video, I'm gonna make a new video to integrate all these tasks with the Salesforce. And I'm also gonna make some admin portal or something, so from where actually if you do have some kind of manager or something, someone from your team, so they will be able to see that what task you're currently in progress and what task you have completed and how much time it is. As you can see, it completed in 0.01 hours, so it will also calculate the total time you have spent in a day or something. So that's how it's things are going to be working. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. And if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, please subscribe. If you like my video, please put a like. If you please share my video as well. And if you like the content, you can drop a message. And thank you so much for watching the video till here. And yeah, thank you so much.